How's it going, everybody? It's Joe K. Walsh here at Peghead Nation Studios, and what's been happening is I've been accumulating a lot of picks, and I thought we'd have a pick tasting session. Just use the same mandolin, the same mandolinist, the same microphone, and play 8 different picks and just hear how they sound differently, what qualities are in common, how different, if at all, they sound. So we're going to check out 8 picks today. The first one is a vintage tortoiseshell. I definitely don't encourage the culling of turtles for picks, but there is some tortoise around, and a lot of this stuff aspires to sound like this, so here's a reference point. We have a Bluebird pick made from old poker chips that were found in Brazil prior to World War II. I got some emails from the man who makes Bluebird chips, and I'm really amazed at the level of dedication he put in to finding material that gives this sound. So this is Bluebird. It's milk protein that's been treated with formaldehyde. Apparently that's what Django played. Here we have an Apollo pick. I don't know what it's made out of, but it is the shape that I like and the bevel that I like, and it's been personalized. He put an eagle on there for me. Up next, we got a Pro Plec that I got from the Music Emporium. And as I understand it, this is what Mike Marshall likes to play. It's also what Grant Gordy likes to play with. Here we have a Wegen, a well-played Wegen, one of mine that I've had for a couple of years, with the bevel that really reflects my own choices. Here's a casein, I don't know how to say it, but a casein pick made by Flynn Cohen and sent to me, kind of in the same shape. And you probably have heard about these. Here's a BlueChip pick. BlueChip, in this case it's a TAD-1R, but it's got a sharp corner, so hopefully I can play with it. And lastly, a great Peghead Nation Delrin pick. So starting off, here's a few notes from the tortoiseshell pick. Sounds good. Here we go, checking out the Bluebird pick. And here we go with the Apollo. Here comes this Pro Plec from the Music Emporium. Now this one doesn't seem to have a bevel, so that's kind of changes things up for me, but I'm sure I can get used to it. Here's my own Wegen. Here's this casein pick. We got this BlueChip pick. And lastly, the Delrin pick. And, you know, one of my takeaways or my suggestions would be that I actually don't think that there's such a thing as best. I just wanted to give an example of a nice microphone with a nice mandolin player, with a fairly kind mandolin player, playing a handful of different picks, and just, what leaps out to you might not be the same as to me, but it's interesting to try and isolate as many, commonalities as we can and see what changes with the picks changing. So actually what we're going to do now is try and play the exact same melody back to back to back to back and go through that sequence and see what we find. One of my thoughts in doing this, and it came from our producer here, Tia, but one of the takeaways is that I'm comfortable on the picks that I dig, and when I'm comfortable is when I sound best. So it's a thing to acknowledge, and the thing that I've spent so much time with is a thing that I'm going to really be able to be the best team with. So could be, if I spend a whole bunch of time with any one of these picks, maybe it would be, I'd find the way to make it sound good, I think, or really to make myself sound the way I want to, I think. And some of these are brand new to me, so I just don't have that relationship yet.